Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you my super simple and delicious meat pie recipe. This recipe is so easy to put together. It's delicious and simple. Let's get started. I have some couple of stalks of celery here, as well as some carrots, some garlic. We're also going to need some onion and some other ingredients. But first we're going to start off by just giving our veggies some chopage. We're just going to go ahead and chop these veggies up. Finely mince your celery, and we really want it to be nice and fine because we want to make this all combined and kind of break down when we're cooking it. So I'm also going to go ahead and finely chop up my carrots. These carrots have been cleaned, washed, peeled, and we're just going to go ahead and cut them into fine little cubes or squares. Just finely chop them up, as well as finely mince your garlic and your onion. Now into a pot here, I have a very small amount of vegetable oil, and to that I'm going to go ahead and add in my veggies. Once my oil is nice and warm, my heat is on medium, then I'll add in my veggies, give everything a nice mixeroo. And I'm going to go ahead and cover this and let the veggies kind of sweat down for about 4 to 5 minutes or so on medium heat. So after about 4 to 5 minutes or so, I'm just going to go ahead and remove my lid. And then we're going to go ahead and add in our ground meat. Now I will be using ground turkey for this. You can, however, use ground chicken or even ground beef. So I'm going to add that in and break the meat up and combine it together with all of the veggies. Then we're going to want to season this with some salt and some black pepper. As well as we're going to be adding in some spices. The first one we're going to start off with is some cloves. Now I'm just showing you here on my spoon that we're just going to be adding in a pinch of this. Just a very small amount. We don't want the flavors to be too overpowering, but it's so perfect in this meat pie. As well as we'll be adding in some ground allspice. Again, just a small dash, as well as some ground cinnamon. Add that all into your meat mixture, and then we're going to add in some Worcestershire sauce. As well as some ketchup. And all the amounts are in the description box below for you guys. After I've added all that in, we're just going to mix everything together to make sure that it's coating the meat lovely. We're just going to cover that and let that go for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, the meat is going to render out its own juices, and we're just going to go ahead and add in some beef stock. Now, if you don't have beef stock or beef broth, go ahead and just use water and a beef bouillon cube or a chicken bouillon cube or whatever that you have on hand. So add that in, give everything a nice mix. Cover this up and let this cook for about 10 minutes so everything breaks down lovely and all of those flavors come together. And after about that 10 minutes, we are going to go ahead and grate in one medium-sized potato. I'm going to use a larger side of my grater here. You can use a smaller side. I just find the larger side works faster. It's a lot faster and easier, so I'll be using that. Now, I've washed and cleaned and peeled my medium-sized potato, and I'm just going to go ahead and grate that in. After grating that in, I'm going to go ahead and mix that all around, and depending on how much liquid and everything that came out from your meat, you may or may not need to add some water. I, however, added in a half a cup of water extra because we need to cook these potatoes, so we definitely need some liquid in there. I'm going to cover that up and let that go for about another 10 minutes until it's fully cooked through, really tender, and kind of breaks up and thickens up all of the sauce and meat and everything in there. So just like that, we're just going to make sure, and you don't want to check on it every few minutes or so to make sure that the bottom is not sticking. And then I'm just going to remove the lid and make sure that all of the liquid is evaporated so we have a really nice thick filling for our meat pie. You can at this point taste for salt because we did add potatoes in there. At the end, I'm also going to add in some frozen sweet peas and give that a mix around, and the remaining heat will just warm through the sweet peas. Now I'm going to preheat my oven to 375 degrees, and I have a pie dish here in which I'm going to place in 1 pie crust. Now you can make your own. I find it so much easier because this is an easy meal to use store-bought. So I'm just going to add 1 pie crust in, put in my meat filling, make sure it's nice and even all the way around, place the second pie crust on top, press and squeeze the ends together and just fold it over itself. Nothing fancy schmancy, so you're going to place it in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes until it's nice and golden brown. Make sure and place a little X on top of it so that the steam can escape. And this is just going to go ahead and bake for about 25 to 30 minutes at 375 degrees until the top has a nice light golden brown color, and that is it. It's super easy. It's definitely one of those meals that if I don't know what I'm going to make for dinner, it's super easy and quick, and I could just throw it together in no time. I hope that you guys enjoyed this recipe. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below and let me know if you tried it, if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.